You have heard so much about him, but in a few minutes you're going to hear from him.
Hi, how you doing?
It has something to say. Speak up with authority and conviction.
Talk to me, son.
Rap to him a little bit right here.
Run a power move on him.
No one can do it better.
They say 2 wrongs don't make it right, but it damn sure makes it easy.
Hey, welcome to the Carlos Stargell Show. This is a channel where you can just vent, be yourself, and speak your mind so freely and expeditiously, all at the same time. And yes, it can get a little righteous, so just let you know this podcast is rated R, real. So it's not what you say, it's how it's said. And there's a right way and a wrong way to say and do any and everything. So please be mindful as you like the same done unto you. So now it's time to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the Carlos Stargell Show with that host, the bona fide G, certified true, Atlanta born, non-official North Carolinian, and one who's not afraid to speak what they feel and yell out what's real. Carlos Stargell.
The last.
Because when they made him, they broke the mold. So now it's time to enjoy the Carlos Stargell Show.
No one can do it better.
Hi, how you doing?
Talk to me, say something.
If you have something to say, speak up with authority and conviction. If not, sit down and shut up.
Rap to him a little bit right here.
Run a power move on him.
They say 2 wrongs don't make it right, but it damn sure makes it even.
Hey, what's up? What's happening? How y'all be? Tell me something good. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, boys and girls. Welcome to the Carlos Stargell Show, a channel where you can just vent, be yourself, and speak your mind so freely and expeditiously. It's not what you say, it's how it's said. And there's a right way and a wrong way to say and do any and everything. So please be mindful and respectable to those that you like the same done unto you. So now y'all can just sit back and relax and enjoy the Carlos Stargell Show, because it's going to be a stone groove. Y'all didn't pay no money, so there's no need for y'all acting funny. And don't you dare be sour. So now y'all can enjoy with the bona fide G, certified true, Atlanta born, official resident of North Carolina, and someone who's not afraid to speak what they feel and yell out what's real. Carlos Stargell.
The last.
Because after they made me, they broke the mold. So now it's time to enjoy the Carlos Stargell Show.
Original.
Hi, how you doing?
Talk to me, say something.
Run a power move on him.
No one can do it better.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all be? Welcome to the Carlos Stargell Show. I'm your host, that guy, the bona fide G, certified true, Atlanta Georgia born, official North Carolinian now, Carlos Stargell, the last. Because after they made me, they broke the mold. But anyway, how y'all doing? How y'all doing this time? I'm all right if y'all all right. Just want to let y'all know the weather right now. Wait, excuse me, y'all. The weather now, 85 degrees. Still kind of be honest with you, still kind of cool out there. Still kind of warm out there, but that's okay. It's nice. It's muggy, but I will say it's nice. It's high. I mean, it's warm. It ain't, but it's still muggy. But at the same time, that muggy weather is not good for nobody, especially if you got respiratory problems. Now that's a big no-no.
Talk to me. Say something.
Yeah. But just to say before I get started, well, I'm about to get started now. You know what made my day today? I had a chance to talk. But one of my cousins who I've been trying to talk to for the longest, and I am so glad that I finally got a chance to talk to my cousin, Joe Pope. Yes. Noonan, Georgia's own Joe Pope.
Talk to me. Say something.
Yeah, that was my dad's closest cousin. Like best friends, but guess what? The only difference though, my cousin Joe Pope can sing. Yes, he can. And he out there. And look, I'm so glad that I got his feedback years ago when he heard me singing that. Especially when I sung. I remember he was there when I sung at my Uncle Ben's funeral, but I don't know if he was there when I sung at my cousin Brenda Ann funeral the first time. I mean, that was the first time. That was the first time I actually really sung at somebody's funeral like I did. But in front of family. Man, that was the first time a lot of them actually heard me singing in a way. But a few of them knew what I can do. They knew what I can do. But a lot of them, they knew, but they didn't know. And some of them didn't really know at all. But the ones who didn't know, they came to me after church, after the funeral. I didn't know you can sing. I said, I didn't either. I mean, that's all I could say. I didn't either. I mean, I wasn't expecting to get out there and give them no flow show or anything like that. But hey, I just did the best I could, even though I was nervous. But at least I was kind of nervous, but at least I didn't have that.
Oh my God, I just shitted on myself.
Look, at least I didn't have that look.
Talk to me. Say something.
But I'm gonna say this right here. I was nervous. I mean, especially singing in front of family for the first time like I did. Yeah, I was nervous. I mean, when you be, but getting back to what I was saying, it was so much of a pleasure, honor, and privilege to talk to my cousin, my daddy's first cousin, Joe Pope. But believe it or not, he was one of them family members who was an inspiration for me to sing. Because believe it or not, it was times when this was before, now just to let y'all know, this was before I graduated from high school. And this was after I graduated high school and before I got in my 20s. But even before I graduated high school, I did not like getting in front of nobody talking, singing, or whatever. I just didn't like being in front of nobody because I was too stage fright. My nerves went up the par, and I had low self-esteem at the time. But after graduating high school, started going to church on my own free will, and thank the Lord during that time, I thank the Lord for my pastor at the time, Reverend H.E. Lord, God rest his soul now. The piano player, the organ player, the choir director, and some of the brothers from the tenor section in the choir. They really worked with me. They had really worked with me. Because I used to tell them, I'm not getting in front of nobody and sing because I was just too stage fright, self-conscious. You know, at that time, it was one thing that I was convinced to join the choir. But when I wasn't even in the choir 3 months yet. But how about the choir director? He decided he wanted to give me a song to sing. And at first I didn't want to do it because During that time, like I said, low self-esteem, stage frightness, and just scared. I mean, I was young. I mean, hey, I was on some other kind of stuff, but like I said, thank the Lord for the change too. But anyway, getting back to what I was about to say. So he had asked me to lead a song. I told him, I don't know. I can't lead no song, man. I said, I ain't never decided I wanted to lead a song. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Because I wasn't trying to lead a song. I said, I don't know the first thing about leading a song. And the pastor at the time, he told me something I thought I never would have heard.
Talk to me. Say something.
Rap to him a little bit right here.
He said, put your hand in your pocket and be cool. So I was like, put your hand in your pocket. I could do that. And like I said, and I was already nervous. First time I led a song in front of anybody like I did. But from what I was told, and from what I heard, and from what I was told, I pulled it off. Even though I was nervous. And I guess I did my best when I was nervous. But after that too, guess what? I got the bug. Meaning my confidence was up to par. I wasn't stage fright. I was working on my stage frightness. Now, like I said, let me remind you, this was before I turned 20 years old. But later on in life, when I got in my 30s, and when I rededicated in 2002, like I said, it was one thing that I rededicated. And so the young brother who I knew, who was really a big help and inspiration to me, because he was young, and like I said, he'd been through a lot too, losing his mom at a young age. But like I said, he worked with the school and with the church, and by the grace of God and with the help of the Lord and his grandmama, he did pretty good, raised his brothers and sisters, did pretty good in life. So even though when he was younger, of course we all were back in 2002. So how about when I saw him on the bus and I let him know that I rededicated, he was real happy for me. He said, now that's what's up. That's the news I wanted to hear. I said, that's the news I've been trying to tell you. So he had asked me about choir rehearsal. I kind of stumbled on that for a minute. I was like, I don't know about all that. So he convinced me to come to choir rehearsal. Now, it's one thing I came to choir rehearsal, but it's another thing. I wasn't even there 5 minutes, and they already had a song waiting for me to sing.
Talk to me. Say something.
Ain't that something, y'all? But to be honest and real with you, I was nervous about that too. But let them tell it, I pulled it off. And then the pastor at the time, Reverend Willie Tarver, God rest his soul. When after the choir song, and he was preaching his sermon, for some odd, strange reason, he pulled my name out of the hat. He was like, I didn't know that boy had a voice on him like that. And I kind of mumbled because, and I didn't think he heard me, but silly me, I forgot that my voice is already deep and it carried. When he said that, I was like, I didn't either. And I ain't expecting him to hear me. And he heard me, he was like, what you talking about? You got a good voice. And I was like, thank you, but I was still nervous. And also too, I also remember the time when the next door neighbor went on to glory. One of her kids came over to our church and asked Reverend Tarver, is it okay if they had a representative from our church to sing at her mama's funeral? But, and the pastor was like, and it was after his sermon, he was like, I don't know about all that. He said, there's only 3 people that go here that I know who can blow. So he named his 2 granddaughters. And then he was like, and Brother Carlos. And everybody looked at me. And I was like, if you want me to do it, all you have to do is ask. He said, I figured you would. I said, you giant turkey. But after service was over, I let him know I appreciate him thinking enough about me to represent our church at this lady's funeral. But I told there's only one problem. I only got one problem with that. He was like, what's that? I don't know what song to sing. I said, but I did think about the troubles of the world. He said, that's what I want you to sing. I said, oh my God. That's what he wanted me to sing. I said, how about that? Guess what? I sung that. And before I sung it, you're not going to believe who gave me the next 2 verses after the first verse. God rest his soul to Reverend Riley Rucker. And I knew this man ever since I was a kid. Always a good person. And he knew my Aunt Alma Mitchell, God bless her, knew her real well. And when I told him who I was, because time flies when you get older and people change. And when I reminded him of who I was, he said, I know who you are, man. He said, you Roy Stargell's son. I was like, Lord have mercy. How do you know? He said, your last name is Stargell. I said, yes, sir. He said, I know your daddy. I said, that right. I said, who don't know my daddy? And that is true. My daddy was pretty known in Atlanta, especially in the DeKalb County where I'm known. But like I was saying, so Reverend Riley Rucker gave me the next 2 verses to that song, The Troubles of the World. When I sang it at the next door neighbor's funeral, the same guy who was happy for me that when I gave my life to the Lord in 2002, he was there. And he told me after the service, he said, man, you came up there and you showed up and showed out. I said, well, all I had to do was the best I could. Because soon as the funeral was over, that's when I was working at Publix. And thank the Lord, somebody was nice enough to give me a ride from Calla Road from Calla to Glenwood over there by East Lake Village. That's the Publix I was working at the time. And just to show you how God works, I was hired from the Goodwill because I started at the Goodwill. They put me on the job placement at Publix, and I was hired. I would have stayed there a little longer if I wouldn't have gotten into it with one of the managers. But it is what it is, and it's all in the past now. Hell, I'm retired, and y'all know I retired from Kroger, but just to let y'all know too, just let the past be the past. Because I'm pretty sure that same manager who I got into it with, I'm pretty sure that they faced their karma. Because you just can't treat people or talk to people in any kind of way. Especially when you mess with God's children. But see, I know I'm one of God's children, but I also got a foul mouth as well.
Talk to me. Say something.
And I'm not going to tell you no tale. There's no shame in my game. I'm going to say what's on my mind. I'm going to say what I feel and yell out what's real. And it might not bring mass appeal, but if they don't like it, oh well. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying. So I got in, yes, I did get into it with the manager. Cause he said something I didn't like. And I had to, wait a minute, excuse me. I had to put his ass in check. That was about the best thing I can do. But I didn't have to get physical to do that. But he had asked me, oh, so now you don't like Wayne? I said, no, I just don't like you. But I let him know too, I don't have nothing against nothing and nobody. I had some bad experiences growing up in life. It don't have nothing to do with your outside appearance or your race, which you did. But at the same time too, I'm not gonna call out a whole race of people because one a bad apple always spoiled a bunch, which is true. Because I'm just gonna say this. It's good and bad in everything and everybody. And that's on the real for real. I mean, it's good and bad in everybody. But I'm gonna say this right here too. But you got some people. I mean, that certain group of people I'm not trying to call out, which I will if I have to. Those are the same ones who act like they, you know what, don't stink. They think they know everything. They ain't never wrong. And there's a name I call people like them.
Narcissists.
And that's what they are, narcissists, very narcissistic. Can't tell them nothing. They ain't never wrong. And they swear to God, they shit don't stink.
Talk to me. Say something.
Well, guess what? They evidently they ain't got a taste of me. Because guess what? I'm the type of person, I know how to put you in check without getting ugly nor physical. And I know how to embarrass you. And I know how to call you out. And I know how to hit you where it hurt.
Talk to me. Say something.
But I'm going to say this right here. I'm not the type who will get ugly with nobody unless I have to. And when I do, they feel it. They feel like their soul got snatched out of them. And they look and feel worse than what they already are.
Stupid.
But at the same time, I bet you they think twice and be like, I ain't gonna mess with him no more. That fool crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I'm just not the one you want to underestimate, nor with. And that's on the real for real. Like I said, I'm one of the nicest people you can meet. I'm a man of peace. But I can and I will bring the heat.
Rap to him a little bit right here.
Run a power move on him.
Talk to me. Say something.
But let the so-called system and law tell it.
They say 2 wrongs don't make it right, but it damn sure makes it even.
And yes, it do. It really do make it even. And guess what? They want to, and then they be the first ones to pull out their guns when they feel threatened. Well, guess what? I'm glad that I didn't have to pull out one, but if I have to, I'm gonna sum it up in these words.
Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition.
And I won't miss when I pop a cap in your ass. But guess what? All that ain't even necessary. I don't have to shoot you. I don't have to praise the Lord to pass the ammunition. I get a dart and throw it right at you and make you feel like you deflated.
Talk to me. Say something.
Like I said, like I always let them know. Don't start what they can't finish. Don't dish out what they can't take. And if they can't take the heat, stay out the damn kitchen. Yeah, I said it.
Word to Big Bird.
And I'm going to say this right here too. You reap what you sow. What goes around comes around. Karma's a bitch. Revenge is sweet and payback is a motherfucker. And that's on the real. And like I was telling somebody earlier, I don't seek revenge. It's already done. Because like I said, what this goes out to whoever, and like I said, I'm not calling nobody out in general. I'm not calling nobody out. It's just something I'm saying in general. When you got to be careful how you treat people, because the way you treat people, somebody can do the same to you.
Rap to him a little bit right here.
Run a power move on.
Talk to me. Say something.
And that is true. So that's why you got to be careful how you treat people and how you come at them. And it's not what you say, it's how it's said. And there's a right way and a wrong way for any and everything. And that is so true. But before I close out on this session, this is the last one for the day. I just want to say this right here. Like Sister Soldier always tell us,
If you have something to say, speak up with authority and conviction. If not, sit down and shut up. They say two wrongs don't make it right, but damn sure makes it even.
and yes, she did say that.
On.
But I'm going to say this right here. My session is up. This is I'm wrapping it up for the day. But I will be back tomorrow, probably before or after the afternoon hour. But I want to thank everybody who took the time to check out, view, and watch the Carlos Stargell show. And I want to thank all the subscribers. Now, if you haven't took the time to subscribe yet, and if you find it in your heart and you feel it in the depths of your soul, please hit the like or the subscription bell.
Sure would appreciate it.
And like I said, and those who couldn't catch the live set, replays are always available afterwards. So all you have to do is go to my wherever, say Carlos Stargell. Go to my account and say Carlos Stargell. In fact, just if you can find it, just type my name in. All that will show, just to let y'all know. But until the next time, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, God bless you. I love you. Y'all be good. Y'all take care of yourselves and each other. And by all means,
Please behave yourself. Stop the violence. Increase the peace. Eliminate all the hate.
and I want to thank everybody again for taking the time to tune in, view, watch the Carlos Stargell show with that bona fide G, certified true, Atlanta born, official North Carolinian now, and not afraid to speak what they feel and yell out what's real. Carlos Stargell.
The last.
As soon as they made me, they broke the mold. And there will never be another Carlos Stargell.
The last.
So until the next time, peace. Two fingers. Now they're like last year. Later went straight up.